All right. Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. All praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem B'kaha Kodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles, to the bishops, to the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, who are the true leaders of Israel today. And also peace, love, blessings, and salutations unto the elect. All right. Shalom. And this is going to be just a quick lesson. I want to go into this article, man, right? Because, if you haven't heard about it, Spain and Portugal, pretty much they had a nationwide power outage, man. And ultimately, these are just the signs of the times that we're in. Okay, so I'm going to read this article. It says, power returns to Spain and Portugal. The outages caused remains a mystery, right? Now, this could have been, which I perceive that this was just a trial run, because everything that you're seeing taking place in these other countries is going to happen over here in America, right? See, the Lord is just saving the best for last. And you see how Trump, as of now, he so-called eased up on the tariffs. But what people don't realize is there's, these elites, and ultimately it's the spirit of the Lord. They're slowly but surely getting ready to collapse the economy, right? And right now what they're doing is they're crippling the economy. But it's all going to lead to the Revelation 13 and 16, the MOTB, right, which is the mark of the beast, the RFID microchip. And, that's why they want to make everything a cashless society, you see. So ultimately, man, we're in those times. So, yeah, Portugal and Spain, they had a nationwide blackout, power outage, man. It says the cause of Spain and Portugal's widespread blackouts remained a mystery on Tuesday, with some isolated disruption remaining after power was largely restored. One of Europe's most severe blackouts grounded flights, paralyzed train systems, disrupted mobile communications, and shut down ATMs. Yeah, because when a power outage or something like that happens, I don't think people understand the magnitude of pretty much everything revolves around power, so-called electricity, so on and so forth. Of course, it gives you its light sources, right? But it's also things like water, and certain things just won't operate. Okay, and let's say your power is out for days or weeks. If you have food or anything stored in your refrigerator, it's going to spoil. So on and so forth, man. Whatever type of perishable items you have, they're going to spoil. If it happens when it's cold, you're not going to be able to run your heat. Or if it happens when it's, hot outside, you're not going to be able to run your AC. Right? See, these are what? The beginning of sorrows, man. These are the great evils. 2 Ezra 16 and 18. I'll start at 17. Woe is me, woe is me. And the word woe means destruction. Who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, right? And we're hearing about the wars. The Lord is getting ready to bring, great mass death upon the world, especially America, Babylon the Great. It's going to be a nationwide famine. So, these are the plagues that the Lord is getting ready to bring upon Egypt, right? The Lord said that he was going to bring plagues back into Egypt, which I'll grab that next. Just to bring that precept out. Finishing off, it says, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? You see? And when you go into the word evil, it means bad times. So bad times is coming to this place, man. Right? And right now, the Lord is in the midst of bringing and sending the plagues upon Babylon, the spiritual Egypt. Now, like I said, the article I'm reading, this took place in Spain, right? But like I said, the Lord is saving the best for last, man. Okay, the Lord definitely has his eyes set upon America, Babylon the Great. Like it says in Amos, the 8th chapter. Let's grab that. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." See, this truth is not going to always be accessible, man. Right? See, right now you see the prophets, you see the men of the Lord on the highways and byways, you see the men of the Lord on the internet via the YouTube or whatever platform a brother may be using. And you have a lot of our people that fan off this truth. They think that, we're crazy, we're bugged out. But in the long run, they're going to find out that they should have hearkened unto the prophets when the Lord brings these plagues upon this place, man, which the Lord is in the midst of doing it. Okay? It says, "I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." See? So soon, this same truth that a lot of you two-thirds like to mock and scoff at, when all hell breaks loose, they're going to be seeking the truth. They're going to be looking for answers. And they're not going to find it, man. Okay, because the Lord is going to have them ultimately without any hedge of protection. You see? Verse 12, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even into the east, even to the east. They shall run to and fro the word of the Lord, Yahweh, Salakia. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, Yahweh, and shall not find it." You see, so they're going to be searching for the prophets, man. They're going to be searching for the truth when all hell breaks loose and they don't have any answers. They're going to be looking for answers, man. And that's how you know that Jake, they know what they be doing. Jake be bullshitting, man. Jake know about the prophets. They know about the Israelites. But instead, they'll rather scoff and they'll rather scoff and, talk shit, man. But at the end of the day, that's on them, Now, I want to go here because the Lord is bringing plagues to this, current Egypt. And the word Egypt just means bondage, man. Okay, this current captivity. The Lord is getting ready to get us up out of here, get us out of captivity physically. But before he does so, he's going to bring this place down physically, man. He's going to burn this place, I was going to say for an eternity, but he's going to burn this place for a long period of time, right? 2nd Esdras 15 and 11. "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before," showing you that it's talking about a spiritual Egypt, a future Egypt, man, right? Like it says, "as before, and will destroy all the land thereof." Now, going back to ancient Egypt, the land wasn't completely destroyed, okay? But when it comes to America, Babylon the Great, this place is going to be completely desolate, man. All right. Continuing on with the article. By 11 a.m. on Tuesday, the Spanish electrical system was functioning normally. Electricity operator Red Electrica said. Portuguese grid operator REN said power had been restored to all 6.4 million customers. Now, if you ask me, I would say this was a psyop, but you never know. But ultimately, this was all through the Spirit of the Lord, man. The Lord is giving a message, ultimately to Babylon the Great, man. Okay. It says, as life began to return to normal, authorities in Spain had yet to provide further explanation for why the nation of 49 million people lost 15 gigawatts, equivalent to 60% of its nation of its national demand in 5 seconds. You know, so, of course people are going to be looking for answers. But, if you know Yahweh Bashem Shai, you know this truth, if the Lord has blessed you to know this truth, then you already know that everything is orchestrated by the Lord, man. Okay? So it says, the 3 relatives died in Galatia, Salakia. It says, Spanish news agency EFE reported that authorities were investigating 5 deaths, including 3 members of the same family that could be related to the blackout. So it could have been like the purge over there, man. Right? And like I said, the Lord is saving the best for last. You already got people, everybody at each other's throats. They're divided politically, socially, economically. When it comes to gender, right? You see all type of disagreements going on, all type of tension going on, pretty much in the spirit of war. And that's what the Lord is conjuring up, man, because the Lord is going to bring this place down, okay, physically. And ultimately, Yahweh Shai is coming back to wage war against Esau, man. But yeah, that's what these devils do. So, and ultimately, this is through the spirit of the Lord, man, okay? And I wanted to read 2 Esdras 15. I'm going to start at 14 and read down. Woe, meaning destruction. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Right, going into, ultimately, civil war, man. Okay. And, well, yeah, you can say civil war, race wars. Okay, you're going to see a clash. Right now, everybody's at each other's throats. But soon you're going to actually see a clash. Okay. And that's how you know Yahweh Shai is in the midst. Okay, because ultimately, Yahweh Shai, he says that when he returns, he's coming to bring division. Okay, so we're right here at the end, man. We're seeing what's taking place right before our very eyes. Okay, the prophecy's unfolding, right? Verse 16, 2 Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men. Now, sedition meaning rebellion against an authority. And these people are getting ready to lose it, man. Okay, they're already talking about how these tariffs at the end of the month are going to cause for the shelves to become empty. And people, it's going to be a shortage in food. People are about to lose their jobs because of lack of work. So, hey, man, at the end of the day, man, this is beautiful, because this is this is the spirit of the Lord. The Lord is taking away the mirth from this place, man. Okay. So, hey, you can stick a fork in Babylon the Great. It says, for there shall be sedition, rebellion among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Pretty much going into your presidents and vice presidents and so on and so forth, man. Okay. So soon, people ain't going to be, going to the answers to Esau anymore, man, which, most people ain't doing that anyways, man. They ain't taking Esau's word for it no more, like they may have done, years past, So just another reason, another proof that the Edomites are on their way out. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And ultimately, that is what you would call survival of the fittest. And really, who are the fittest? The elect. They're the only ones that's going to survive, that's going to make it up out of here, man. And I want to be a part of that number, I'll end off on this. 2 Esdras 15 and 24. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments. And what is sin? Transgression of the laws of Yahweh Bashem Shai. Okay, so if you transgress against Yahweh Bashem Shai, the Lord can, take you out, man. if he sees fit. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. I will not spare them. Go your way, you children from the power, defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. Okay? For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them, for the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have diminished Salakia, because ye have sinned against him. Right? So we're right here, man. We're right here at the end of Esau Edom's rulership, man. You know? And these devils, they don't got it. You know, they're completely and absolutely through, man. Okay? But yeah, man, I just want to go into that quick article. Lord, willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to my apostles, to the bishops, to the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, which taught me this truth, and also peace, love, blessings, and salutations unto the elect. Shalom.